Urgent, Day Bears fan, look at what just happened. Nobody saw this coming, huh? But first, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we bring you daily videos with the latest your team news, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Bears named top trade suitor for NFL's reigning TD leader. It's no secret the Chicago Bears are likely looking to add a running back in the upcoming NFL draft. With DeAndre Swift and Rashawn Johnson, their feature backs, and the former being the subject of trade rumors, the Bears' RB's room is undoubtedly in need of an upgrade. Under the leadership of first-year head coach Ben Johnson and RB coach Eric Bieniemy, there's reason to feel some excitement about the future of that position group in particular. One analyst threw an unexpected name into the mix for the Bears to pursue via trade current Buffalo Bills RB1 James Cook, noting they could use an upgrade at RB1. Sterling Zai of Pro Football Network named the Bears as one of 3 teams who would make sense as a trade partner. Brandon Beane has traditionally leaned on the draft to restock at running back, Z wrote on April 18th. Beane drafted Devin Singletary to replace LaShawn McCoy and then drafted James Cook to replace Singletary. Now, with Cook entering the last year of his rookie contract, the Bills could be poised to repeat that cycle again. In fact, it's possible they've already done so after drafting Ray Davis in the 4th round last year. In the lone game that Cook missed in 2024, Davis piled up 152 scrimmage yards. A quick look at Cook's stats numbers: Cook entered the NFL as a 2nd-round pick, 63rd overall by the Bills in the 2022 draft. In his rookie season, he rushed for 507 yards on 89 carries, averaging an impressive 7 yards per attempt, and added 180 receiving yards on 21 receptions with 3 total touchdowns. Cook's breakout came in 2023, where he established himself as the Bills' featured back. He finished the year with 1,122 rushing yards on 237 carries, 7 yards per carry, and added 44 receptions for 445 yards, scoring 6 total TDs. His 1,567 scrimmage yards ranked among the top for RBs that season, and he became a crutch of sorts for Bills quarterback Josh Allen. In 2024, Cook topped the 1,000-yard mark again, netting 1,009 yards on the ground, 9 YPC, along with a league-leading 16 rushing scores. He also hauled in 32 receptions for 258 receiving yards and 2 more scores. Entering 2025, Cook is widely regarded as one of the league's most versatile and productive young backs. The 5'11", 190-pound Bills RB is still just 25, and he has made back-to-back Pro Bowl appearances. That's why it's unlikely Buffalo trades him. He's still a huge asset, a huge part of the team's offense. That said, Z has a point about the way the Bills do things. They may very well draft Cook's replacement this year. The thing is, Johnson and the Bears will likely be operating under the same mentality by drafting Swifts. Why Chicago Bears likely won't be trading for RB James Cook, Johnson's offense has always featured a dynamic run game complemented by a solid play-action game, and Cook's ability to contribute both as a runner and receiver out of the backfield makes him an undeniable fit for this approach. And with the Bears' focus on developing quarterback Caleb Williams, there's no doubt having a reliable and versatile running back like Cook could alleviate pressure and provide a safety valve in the passing game. The Bears have also been actively restructuring their offensive line with the aim of incorporating a more effective run game. They acquired guards Jonah Jackson and Joe Thuney, as well as center Drew Dalman, so change is coming to this offense in a big way. The Bears probably will trade, maybe even release Swift, but that likely won't happen until the 2025 season ends. So pursuing a trade for Cook, who will be looking to get paid after the 2025 season concludes, seems like a fool's errand for Chicago at this point. The draft is almost here, and with a bevy of young backs set to be available, Ashton Jeanty and Omarion Hampshire in round 1, Treveon Henderson, Quinshon Judkins, Caleb Johnson in round 2, the Bears would be better served by snagging one of them on a rookie deal. Pausing this news just to say that if you want YouTube to keep recommending the latest, the monsters of the Midway News to you, it's very important that you leave a like on this video. Thanks. Now let's get back to the news. 24 million playmaker identified as Bears. Most likely. Post-draft trade chip, the Chicago Bears have a mandate for change under new head coach Ben Johnson, and he may start by dealing a player he's already traded once before. Running back DeAndre Swift played for the Detroit Lions when Johnson was the offensive coordinator there in 2022. Following that season, Johnson was part of a group of decision-makers who shipped Swift to the Philadelphia Eagles and then drafted Jahmyr Gibbs with the number 12 overall pick to replace him. That move worked well enough that it might make sense for Johnson to repeat history 2 years later. Swift earned Pro Bowl honors in Philly but put up the worst statistical campaign of his 5-year NFL tenure in Chicago last season. Swift could change his fortunes if sticks around. Johnson has an offensive background compared to the defensive-minded Matt Eberflus, for whom Swift played in 2024. Beyond that, Chicago has invested heavily in upgrades to the interior of the offensive line, which should help Swift find more running room and improve his receiving numbers via better pass protection for second-year QB Caleb Williams. But despite all of that, Swift remains a prime trade candidate in Chicago, at least in part because the rookie class of running backs in 2025 is so skilled and so deep, not to mention less expensive. Bears can get off DeAndre Swift's contract cheaply. This offseason, Sterling Zai of Pro Football Sports Network was the latest analyst to identify Swift as the Bears' most likely trade chip post-draft, authoring a case for the move on Friday, April 18th. It feels like Swift could use a change of scenery. He averaged a career-worst 8 yards per carry in 2024, and his 39.5 rushing success rate ranked 42nd out of 46 RBs with 100 rushes, Z wrote. Swift still has 2 years left on the 3-year, $24 million deal he signed last offseason. That makes the timing of this important, as the Bears would want to wait until after June 1st to trade Swift. By doing so, they'd save $8 million in cap room and take on a minuscule $3 million dead cap hit the next 2 years. It would also give the Bears the luxury of seeing if they come away with one of their preferred running backs in the draft, Z continued. He identified the Dallas Cowboys, Washington Commanders, and Pittsburgh Steelers as the 3 most likely trade partners for Swift, depending on how the draft shakes out. Bears predicted to draft Ohio State RB Treveon Henderson. Chicago is reportedly incredibly high on Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty, though so is pretty much every other team selecting in the top half of the draft's first round. It is unlikely Jeanty will fall to the Bears all the way at number 10, so Chicago will either have to trade up for him or look for another running back down the line, assuming the franchise plans to draft a rusher, which most national analysts and team insiders believe it does. Field Yates of ESPN predicted on April 15th that the Bears will select Ohio State running back Treveon Henderson with the number 39 overall pick in the second round, after taking Penn State tight end Tyler Warren at number 10. The Bears aren't messing around on offense here, Yates wrote in the mock draft he co-authored with Mel Kiper Jr. First they got Tyler Warren, now they can get Caleb Williams, an explosive runner in the backfield. Henderson averaged 1 yards per carry last season and can run away from the defense. Caleb Williams gets best offensive talent in NFL mock draft in an up-and-down season for the Chicago Bears. Former USC Trojans superstar quarterback Caleb Williams is ready to turn the page in year 2. With offensive guru Ben Johnson as his new head coach, Williams has already been singing the praise of him and how he views the potential for the Bears' upcoming seasons. CBS Sports released their final mock draft before we see the 2025 NFL Draft unfold on April 24-26, and Caleb Williams and the Bears are in for a treat. Heisman runner-up Ashton Jeanty slips to the Bears with the number 10 pick and gives Williams one of the most coveted offensive weapons in the entire draft. If Jeanty is available for the Bears at 10, it should be a no-brainer, as he was nearly unstoppable for the Boise State Broncos this past season and led them to a college football playoff appearance. The running back position for the Bears has been difficult to solve long-term since the Matt Forte days, and Jeanty could be that solution. Chicago seemingly has enough primary pass-catching weapons with DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Cole Kmet, and even though DeAndre Swift is under contract for 2 more years, could be an incredible 1-2 punch for the Bears. Head coach Ben Johnson showed his on-2 punch offensive system with the Lions with Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, putting up incredible numbers each week, and would have the ability to do that with Jeanty and Swift. The 2025 NFL Draft begins in Green Bay, Wisconsin on April 24th, and Caleb Williams will be eager to meet his future teammates. And now, Day Bears fan, I want to hear from you. What's your opinion on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I don't know if you know this, but your opinion matters a lot for Da Bears. I'll be back any moment with more. The Monsters of the Midway News.